Hi, it's Ignacio Duran, owner of La Luz Marketing Group, and I wanted to take a quick moment to record this video to address one of the biggest issues that I see with small business owners when they want to generate some type of marketing product, such as print collateral or promotional items, or even banners or large signage. The number one thing that people reach out to me is they don't understand the difference between a raster file and a vector file. So I wanted to take a quick moment to show you the big difference. Raster files typically are your JPEGs, your GIFs, TIFFs, anything that you typically use for the web is typically a raster file. And I get a lot of clients who, when they first contact us, say, oh yeah, I got a JPEG or I got a copy of my logo in JPEG or GIF form. Can you print that? And in most cases we can. For something small like a business card or a small postcard, we can get away with a JPEG based on the size of that file. However, the piece of advice that I want to give you is you always want to start with a vector file. Vector files, unless you have the right software like this program right here, which is Illustrator, typically will end in something like a .ai or .eps or .pdf. Those are the files that you actually want to print off, and I'm going to show you why that is in particular here. We have two raster files of our company logo here. The top one is the raster file, but what I'm going to do is, and for the sake of a video, we're actually going to focus specifically on the ampersand between printing and more. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to zoom in so you can actually see how dirty the image is, because it's pixels. It's a good resolution, but you'll see that once I start zooming in, you start seeing the imperfections in the artwork. It actually is a little bit dirty all around. The edges look a little blurry, and the more I zoom in, the worse it's actually going to get on this particular one, the ampersand from printing and more. So you can see the big difference with a JPEG, and that's a relatively large JPEG, but it still is, up to a limit, has its limitations. But now I'm going to show you what a crisp vector file looks like, because it's all shapes, it's all lines, there's no pixels to it. Using the same ampersand, I'm going to zoom in, and you're going to be able to see how crisp and clear the image looks. No matter how zoomed in I get into it, it actually looks very, very clean. This is a type of file that we would need to print. For example, a recent client came to me and they needed a 10-foot by 5-foot banner, a huge banner. If I would have printed that banner using this type of artwork, it would look blurry and it would not look as clean as crisp as this vector file looks like. In a future video, I will address, well, what happens if I only have a raster file? The designer I work with only gave me a JPEG, or this is all I have. Well, you do have some options on that. You can take a raster file and create a vector file. We will address that in a future video. But again, the takeaway is I hope you can see now the true difference between a rastered file, such as a JPEG or a GIF, versus using a nice, crisp vector file. And more importantly, whenever you do any type of marketing pieces or any type of signage, you always want to make sure that you use a vector file. Hey, thanks again for watching this video. I'm Ignacio Duran with La Luz Marketing Group. Have a good one.